Okay, so today we're going to look at the cult classic western One-Eyed Jacks, the only film directed by Marlon Brando, and we're looking at the Arrow Academy edition, which for my money is the best edition, even better than the Criterion edition, although they both have their positives. One-Eyed Jacks was a film that was originally set to be directed by Stanley Kubrick. When he left the project, Marlon Brando took over the reins and shot a lot of footage and was very particular. The film apparently was cut down quite a bit from original visions, but still remains a very interesting western, and almost like a transitional film between the westerns of old and the westerns that were to come later in the 60s. This film was, I believe, 1961 off the top of my head. The difference between the Criterion and this release I'll go into a little bit later, but I want to talk about this had such a spectacular 4K restoration, which was spearheaded by the Martin Scorsese's Film Foundation, who in partnership with Steven Spielberg got this film rescued and cleaned up and beautifully restored to the correct aspect ratio. It had been suffered many years with terrible full-frame prints that really did not give the film the justice it deserved, because it's really quite a spectacular looking film. The very last film shot in VistaVision, so it has a very epic look with a lot of depth and wonder. The Criterion edition was an excellent edition. They both use the same 4K restoration, although this Arrow one does have a higher bit rate, so it may look better in motion. I'm sure it's quite negligible for most viewers. The Criterion had the introduction from Martin Scorsese, very heartfelt introduction. Obviously, One-Eyed Jacks is one of his very favorite films. It also has excerpts from voice recordings from director and star Marlon Brando made during the development of the film's script. A Million Feet of Film, which is a featurette, and a new video essay on the film's production history, plus the trailer and a booklet essay. Now, some of those special features didn't make it over to the Arrow, but the Arrow has a lot of other features which are a lot richer. So this particular edition, the Arrow edition, the one we're reviewing here today, it also has the introduction from Martin Scorsese, but it also has a audio commentary from Stephen Prince, author of Savage Cinema, Sam Peckinpah and the Rise of Ultra-Violent Movies, recorded exclusively for this release. So it's the only place you can get this commentary, and it's a very informative commentary. He's very well prepared, and he goes through a lot of facts as we go through the film pretty much non-stop. It also has a British TV documentary, Marlon Brando, The Wild One, from 1996, interviews with Dennis Hopper, Shelley Winters, Martin Sheen, and Anthony Hopkins. This runs almost an hour. We also have additionally previously unseen interview material from this documentary with Francis Ford Coppola, totaling another 3/4 of an hour, and Arthur Penn, yet another 3/4 of an hour. So that's like 2.5 hours of documentary material there on Marlon Brando. We have a theatrical trailer, a reversible sleeve, which I'll show you shortly, and a booklet with essays, also different ones from the essays in the Criterion condition. So while the Criterion had some very interesting special features, they were nothing compared to the breadth of special features involved in this. So if you're a completist, you probably want to get both items. Criterion, of course, being Region A locked, and this one being Region B locked, so you'll need a Region 3 player to play them both. So let's have a look at the actual. So it's got this beautiful artwork here. There's all these special edition details. And I'll open it up here. the disc, the Blu-ray disc is in the player, but here's the DVD disc, which looks very similar. We have the original artwork here, which you can reverse the cover to have that as your cover of choice. I prefer this one. And a booklet here, photos, artwork, and essays. Quite a good sized booklet, very interesting read. Love a good booklet, as you know if you've watched my channel before. Always love a booklet in there. So here we have it, One-Eyed Jacks. For a while, an underappreciated film, a misunderstood film, but I think the tide has turned and it is really a revered classic, as it should be. It's a very enjoyable and stunning looking piece.